Stimulate your Stimulate, 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 stimulate. Let me stimulate your mind. Welcome to the huddle. Welcome to the huddle. Let me stimulate your mind. Welcome, welcome. We all we got. We all we need. Each one teach one. Each one reach one. If you are that one, then you got to know you are enough. You are enough to fight the good fight. When everything going wrong, you are enough to get it all right. Welcome to the huddle. Stimulate your mind. Make it go. I want to give a shout out to my executive producer, who just happens to be my wardrobe coordinator. I said, baby, what I'm wearing today. She said, I want you to wear that new piece. That hood sold on the back of the door. I said, good God almighty, baby, that's how we come. And I always wanted to be one of these type of, hat wearing type of guys where you put it to the back. Just like that. And she said, don't you forget them spiritual eyes. I'm talking about the eyes that's so clear that make me see the ones that I could put my fingers through, just like this. Ooh, yeah, that's real, baby. This one's for you, baby. Want to give a shout out to my homegirl, the greatest co-host in the whole world, in the metal world. Alexa, tell me something good.
We all we got. We all we need.
Yeah. She already know that. The point is to you. She my co-host. You in the huddle. Do you know we all we got, we all we need? Alexa, what's the most powerful music in the world?
Hood Soul by Trav P.
Good God almighty. I love Alexa. Alexa, one time.
Good God Almighty. Trav P. You blanking.
Boy, we go together like I darn bread and mayonnaise. Alexa, I love you.
That's so nice of you to say.
See how it is. And she switched it up on me. I thought she was going to sing me my song. She must be still laughing from the bread and the mayonnaise. Alexa, I love you.
That's so nice of you to say.
Oh, she playing the shy tonight. It's all good. She ain't want to sing. See how she got a mind of her own. Y'all keep thinking I'm playing, man. Y'all keep thinking I'm playing about Alexa being my co-host. You see that normally now, for 110 weeks, when I say I love you, she sang her song. But on the 111th show, the one, she said, we are the ones, Trav. She said, we going to roll the dice, and I ain't going to sing tonight. So it's all good. So I'm going to let her know one more thing, though. Alexa, I appreciate you.
Thanks. You just made me feel more unique than a unicorn.
See what I'm talking about? We like to start off every show, man, with a hero hymn. See, the hero hymn is the mighty hymn within me. The mighty hero spirit. We know that spirit simply means air, wind, to breathe. Breathing has two parts. You inhale the spirit and you exhale the spirit. When you inhale the spirit, the mighty wind, the air, travels through your respiratory system. And as it leaves your body in an exhale, it travels past my vocal cords. It causes a vibration that we know is sound. When you feel that sound, powered by the Spirit, more than you hear it. That is when we connect in the hero spirit. Tonight's hero hymn says, somebody's got it down in their hands, but I can feel it all over me. Somebody's got it down in their feet, but I can feel it all over me. Somebody's got it. I got it. Do you got it? 'Cause I got it. When I was young, we played a childhood game called It. If I touched you, being a representative of it, now you're it. And the game goes on to that when you become it, you have to touch someone to turn them into it. So when I say somebody's got it down in their hands, I can feel it all over me. I got it. Oh, do you got it? Do you got it? And if you got it and you can feel it all over you, touch somebody to pass it on. It's going to be a powerful show tonight, y'all. Tonight is a short word, a simple word. Use. Who uses you? Who do you use? What do they use you for? What do you use others for? Alexa, what is the meaning of use?
To use something is to employ it for a purpose. For instance, you can use a pen to write, a knife to cut, or money to buy things. When something is used, it means it has been put into service or taken out of storage for the purpose of being used. The word use can also refer to the act of employing something. In this sense, to use something is to put it to work.
To employ, to put it to work. Are you an employee? Are you being used to achieve a goal? To be a part of a process? To employ, to put to use for a specific purpose. Who is using you? See how that works? Who do you use? See how that works? We're going to start off with a story about using. Once upon a time in a far-off land, there was a woman who didn't so much feel or walk in the context of what we see beauty as. She wasn't very ladylike. Didn't seem to be very clean at times. But she found her man. Tall, dark-skinned. And everybody would look at them and say, how did she get that man? She ain't in nobody's standards of beauty. She ain't ladylike. How did she get that tall, dark, handsome man? So when people couldn't figure out what the connection was, they simply said, oh, he's just using her. That became the connotation of their relationship. He didn't really have to work. All he wanted was beer, cigarettes, little pocket change to do whatever, and a place to call home. Everybody say he using her. One day I got to talking to this man. He said, Trav, let me tell you, man. He said, it's hell, man, in the situation I'm in. People talk down on me. Say I'm using this woman. I said, but I ain't using this woman like that, man. I said, what you mean? He said, let me tell you something about this woman. He said, you see it? I said, yeah. He said, she a sex monster. I said, what? He said, yeah, every time I see them lights hit the driveway, I guzzle me down 2 more beers. Because when she come in the house, she gonna eat me up. He said, you see her, don't you? I said, yeah. He said, so regardless of what people think, I respect her. And I give her what she wants. The old man told me a even swap ain't no swing. He said, so I don't know if I'm so much using her. Sometimes I stand in the mirror and ask, is it worth what I'm being used for? And after he told me that, I began to look at it from a different perspective. See, from her perspective, say if using me feels this good, then I just want him to use me up. So after so much tormenting and strain upon this relationship from her side, you need to let him go. He using you. He using you. He using you. So finally the man said, you know what, I'm gone, man. It's been a long time since he left. And ever since then, she been useless. See how that works? Do you see how that works? So that's why I use words to make points. Connotation of a word is the feeling and ideas that a word invoked in your mind. It controls your emotions and your feelings. And when your emotions get to moving, that's what you call energy in motion. That's what you call the spiritual aspect of expression. See, the words influence you, then it comes out in your expression. So when we hear things like she's using you, he's using you, we have bad and negative connotations. But we all want to be used. We all need to be used. Just don't abuse each other. But we all need to use each other. See, I say, we all we got. We all we need. If we is me and you, use me like I'm going to use you. Hero Proverbs say, her prayers intertwine with his goals. Her prayers intertwine with his goals. My wife prays for the house that lives in her imagination. My goals are to put myself in a financial position to be able to make the best decision of stability and pleasure when it comes to purchasing a family for my home, a home for my family. Her prayers intertwine with my goals. She's using me. She's using her husband. She's using her man. She's using the father of her children to go out and lead a life that she prays for and desires. I use her for a reason. A man is as real as his reason. Nothing gives a man more of a reason than a woman. I use her as my reason. See how that work? And if you ain't using nobody, and ain't nobody using you, then you become useless. If you're not employed, sometimes I have conversations and they say, Travis, can you use me tomorrow for overtime? To use is to employ, to put in action. Every week before the show, I got a process that I call the green room. The green room consists of brothers, fellow heroes that I talk to throughout the day and before the show. And I discuss my word for the night, to hear their perspective, to understand where other heroes are coming from, the connotation of use. And one of the most powerful green rooms I had today was with Brother Blow. I say, Blow, I use you every week, man, as a word buffer to prep me for context. It's one of the most powerful shows that come on every week. And even though we're still in the beginning stages, Blow, I say we're manifesting something that's going to grow and sprout. And because we are right now and we're being useful to each other, there will be a time when I employ you as a pre-show producer. He say, it's an honor to be used, Trappy. Who you use? Who uses you? Two of the most damnedest things, God damnedest things, to be in this here life is to be a lonely elder and a neglected child. And I say that, man, from truly watching with empathy and embracing newcomers to be a part of my week, to understand that we all we got, we all we need. I want to put this spirit, this hero spirit out there, this wind that travels through my vocal cords. And as you inhale this, I want you to inhale this. And as it travels through your system, I want you to have empathy, compassion. And I wanted to touch you in a way that it comes out in your expression, indirectly or directly. That's the hero spirit. But the hero spirit I want to put on is, I got a friend named Miss Faye. It's real to me. It's what brought me to this world. Miss Faye, 83 years old, still works. She's a part of the cleaning service at my job. 83 years old. She lived by herself. She don't have any kids. She retired from Frito-Lay. She still works. 83 years old. She moved real swift, moved real fast. 83 years old. When I saw Miss Faye for the first time, I had so much compassion. I saw my uncles, my aunts, my grandmothers. I saw everything in her spirit. I befriended her. She said, hey, Travis. And every day I go look for Miss Faye just to say, hey. Miss Faye just turned 83. She's been working there for about 3 years. A month ago, they took Miss Faye tag. For the first time in Miss Faye's life, Miss Faye told me, say, Travis, I ain't never had to depend on nobody my whole life, and I'm 83. They took my tag, and I don't know why they took my tag. I said, well, Miss Faye, it's going to be all right. You got people around you that care about you. You're going to make it, Miss Faye. But it's worrying Miss Faye, and I'm watching her lose weight. And every day she come and talk, and I'm looking at her because I care about her. And some days she come in there and she sit down and she asks me the same thing over and over. Travis, what you eating? Just peanuts, Miss Faye. Travis, what you eating? And I understand. And it hit me. So Miss Faye ain't got to work. But she 83 and she lonely. And she leave the house to come somewhere where there's love, where there's attention. So when she sit down with me every day, I sit down knowing that she used it. She using me for conversation. She using me for a reason to go home and bake pound cakes and bake sweet potato pies. So the other day, Miss Faye been getting weary. I go back to the bathroom while she's cleaning. I say, oh, Miss Faye, I ain't see you cleaning, Miss Faye, go ahead. She say, no, Travis, you go ahead and use the bathroom. So I went in and came out and I saw her sitting in the conference room. So I went down and sat with her. And I say, Miss Faye, how you doing? She said, oh, I'm just making, I'll be ready when I get my car back. And I said, Miss Faye, you been to the doctor? No, they just told me to drink water. And I'm looking for and I care for. And I realized at that moment, man, what it means to be useful. So she say, Travis, I don't know if my ride coming today. Can you take me home? I say, yeah, Miss Faye. But as she's saying this, she's leaning her head. And I'm getting nervous. Because I care. And I talk about hard work. I talk about being in it. I don't believe in it because I live in it. So in this moment, I'm realizing. I said the truth is nowhere because the truth is now here. In this moment, I'm all she got. And I got to tell myself, a man at work in a leadership position who's befriended and emotionally become attached to a lady who's part of the cleaning service. It don't nothing matter but her at this moment. So I'm having a conversation with myself. Say, it's real, Trav. This is what matters and who matters. So I called my wife. I said, baby, I might have to take Miss Faye home, but I'm nervous, baby. She said, why? You just got to take her home? I say, no, man. She need care. She need care. So I say, Miss Faye, I'll take you to the doctor. Why you ain't win? I ain't got nobody to take me, Travis. I told you she 83, and in 83 years, she's worrying and going crazy because this is the first time in her life that she had to depend on somebody outside of herself. She's a little strong 83-year-old woman who ain't never had to use nobody. And it's killing her. Months back, I stopped in at her house and I sat on a porch in the breezeway. She said, thank you, Travis. I sat down there and I talked to her. She still cut her own grass. Sometimes her neighbors will get over there and cut it so she won't get out there. She got a breezeway where the breeze come through. I dozed off. I opened my eyes, she was looking at me. Travis, you something else. I really appreciate you stopping by, Travis. I said, Miss Faye, you ain't got no family here. Nope. Nope. So it's an honor for her to use me, even if it's in a moment. So that's my point. That's my point. Who using you? Who you using? If you ain't being used and you ain't using nobody, then you're useful. You're useless. Alexa, what is the meaning of useless?
Useless is an adjective that describes something as being incapable of serving a purpose or being beneficial. It implies that something is inadequate, inefficient, or pointless. This term is often used to describe both individuals and objects that are unable to achieve their goals or serve a meaningful function.
So who's, oh my God, inadequate or not beneficial? So who are you? Who benefits from you? See how that work? Who benefits from you? They say her children, his children ain't doing nothing but using her or him. His children, her children ain't doing nothing but using her or him. It's children right now that's out here in some of the most horrifying conditions, going through pure hell, who parents have all the resources in the world, but these children would rather suffer before they use their parents. The other week, me and my wife was riding, and we saw a story about celebrities whose children committed suicide. And just the idea of that. The idea of celebrities, rich people, who have all the resources in the world, who seem to be touched and blessed with everything that the average person prays for, has children that rather die. So that's some real shit. So you better want somebody to use you, and you better be useful. If being used feel this good, then use me up. I come on here to pour my soul out once a week to drop seeds of how it works, with the intentions for you to pick up these seeds, chew on them, plant them, use the harvest, use the fruit. I don't come on here to be popular. I don't come on here to be internet famous. I come on here with a purpose and a passion to employ myself, to give my understanding so that you may take it and use it. To protect your children, to protect your woman, to hold your family together, to fight the good fight, to see the bullets that come to destroy you. I saw on the news, Anson County, AAU basketball coach, young dude, molesting the players for years, charged them with sex trafficking. They say his target was single mother parents. See, that's what I be talking about. That's what hero training is. See, everybody keep wanting to talk about relationships, but ain't nobody talking about what relationships create. Relationships create children and families, and if you ain't being the right type of parent, then your children and your families are out here unguarded for weird motherfuckers to goddamn play with them and destroy their soul, all in the name of basketball. Fuck what anybody else talking about. And I had to do that. I had to say it like that. I wanted to burn. I wanted to sting. Because I'm talking real life. I ain't talking make-believe. When I say we all we got, we all we need, I'm talking about our children included. See, in make-believe, I can't say nothing about a weird-looking man who got the mathematical equation of a vampire who's been bit. And in the mathematical equation of a vampire who's been bit, his order of operation is to bite. So if I say he weird and he's sideways and he ain't right, you get offended. But you don't take accountability when these weird motherfuckers destroy our children. See, that's the real life. I ain't talking make-believe. Don't nobody protect our children but us. But you. That's what a hero do. Jesus ain't gonna protect your children from a sick-minded individual. And no other religious figure that plays the game in the mind that separates you from real life. So when your child looking up at you or looking across at you, you better be ready to be used as a shield, as a guard, as a protector, as a parent. And if you ain't trying to be used, if you ain't trying to be used in the right way, then what you trying to be used for? What do you do? What do you do anyway if you ain't trying to be used? She say she don't need a man, but guess what? She sure could use one right about now. He said he don't want a woman. He just want one to use her for. See, they say real recognize real. I said, hey, bro, you look real familiar. And if real recognize real, then fake recognize fake. He using her for something that don't matter. And she using him for any goddamn thing. But if you're real and you recognize real, in that realness, you beneficial to each other. You see how that works? You're useful. Alexa, what is the meaning of useful?
Useful is an adjective that describes something that is useful, meaning it is of service or benefit. Something is useful if it is advantageous, helpful, or good for a particular purpose. To find out more definitions for the word, you can ask me to give you more definitions for useful.
In closing this week, man, I want to talk about something real, brothers and sisters. I talked to my cousin Deshaun today from the D-Town, Detroit. Powerful green room conversation. Always is, man. Sometimes you can talk to people once every 6 months, and it's like we talked yesterday, man. And the conversation be so useful to each other and one another. We truly embody the each one, reach one, each one, teach one. And if you are that one, then you are enough. But today we talk, man, and I say, hey, cuz, man, you know, all them years ago, man, when I used to always talk about them movies, and one day we gonna get to them movies, and man, these movies gonna come. I say, well, cuz, I want to tell you, man, I done start acting, cuz. He said, you lying, man. I said, yeah, man, I started acting, man, the other weekend, man. Got a skit on YouTube called Crash. He said, yeah. He said, how it come about? I said, man, me, my brother Black, my brother Mike, Sister Jade, and my wife, we all in there having a good time. And the idea just arose, and I said, baby, get the camera, let's go. We finna do this right now. They say, what we finna do, Trav? I say, we finna act. The time is now. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is right now. Right now. Right now or right now. If you don't know where you're going, then any road will take you there. But only a divine path will bring you right here. I'm talking about the moment. In that moment, I say, let's go, y'all. So we start recording. My wife is the camera woman. She moving in and she moving out. We improv. We had a good time. Get a chance to lay back, sell more for on YouTube. When you get there, like and subscribe. Check it out. We had a good time, man. Me and my brother Black, we always talk about our movies that we got, man, and how we gonna bring them to life one day. I say, brother, it's time. We start now. So we just cut a fool and had a good time. I put it on YouTube because I say everything that is. Everything that will be. This is the mark of, this is us breaking the ice. We will show where we grow from, but this is the start. We can't say what we gonna do. We can't say what we want to do. We talk about what we done did. It's on YouTube. So we just had a good time. So one of my other brothers called me. He said, yo, Trav, I watched that skit on YouTube. I said, yeah, what you thought about it, man? He said, yo, bro, this real shit. I said, oh, Lord, what we going here? I'm thinking, hey, I don't know what he finna say. He said, man, a little under a month ago, man, I lost a friend, brother. He said, man, I'm gonna be real with you, Trav, the last month, man, been rough on me, man. Every time I think about it, man, I just cry and shed tears. He was like, man, I don't know why this hit me like this, but it was a situation where it's like, I saw him right before he left, man. I said, yeah. He said, man, I just been crying, man. He said, but I watched that skit, bro, and it was the same scenario. And I'm tripping like, well, how he know the scenario? He said, bro, but then I found myself laughing. He said, I'm laughing, and it's the first time that I thought about this, man. That I've been in this. Every time I think about it, it just brings on some emotions that I don't understand. He said, bro, but I'm watching your skit and I'm realizing for the first time in a month, man, I'm actually laughing about the situation. He said, man, so I just wanted to call you and let you know, man, I don't know how you knew what you was doing, brother. But, man, I want to say thank you, man. I want to thank you from the bottom of my soul. So I'm looking at my wife like, what? Huh? So I said that to say, when real is in the moment and it's real and it's truth, it creates a glow. It creates a feel. See, I told you that's what the hero spirit is all about. See, I told you spirit means wind. Spirit means to breathe. There's two parts to breathing. Don't get so caught up on the wind. You got to understand the concept, the figurative and. See what I'm saying, man? Do you see what I'm saying? So when you talk about the influence, the take in, the inspire, those that influence, when it goes in, What you give to the world, when it goes in somebody, when they see it, when they hear it, when they smell it, when they touch it, all your senses take in. And it comes out of your expression. When it came out in laughter. It got touched by the Spirit. The inhale and the exhale. So to not even have an intent to be deep. Just enjoying a moment with my friends in my home. To know that it touched somebody like that. I said, if being used feel this good, y'all keep on using me, man. Some people say, Trav, man, I watch your show. I went on your YouTube, man. You got 335 videos on there. He say, man, ain't no way you ain't making YouTube money. Ain't no way you ain't famous. Ain't no way, man. I know you in real life. Man, ain't never, man, ain't no. I say, look, man, just use me. You enough. And that's the mentality we got to have for each other. I promise you, I'm talking real life. I ain't talking make-believe. If you're a hero and you're standing in your posture, I promise you, you are far better off than you can ever imagine than those that's in the make-believe land of entertainment. I promise you that. But most people can't fathom that. These people, children. I promise you, in real life, I ain't talking make-believe. I promise you, you benefit. Those people around you benefit way more than a rich man. See, sometimes you got to realize that all a rich man really has is greed. And if all a rich man really has is greed, then he's taking anything for himself and he's not being used by many or none. He's useless. See, I pride myself on being used for things that money can't buy. In most cases, used for things that people can't see. Shout out to Terry. I love you. I use you for inspiration. I use you for motivation. I use you to laugh. Man, you inspire me with your natural ability to be funny and sing while you're doing it and make me laugh. He said, cuz, you think I'm lying, cuz? I get in there, and this is how he said, cuz, I get in that goddamn mirror, cuz, when I ain't feeling right, cuz. Cuz, I ain't gonna lie, cuz, I use that shit, cuz. I remember the first time you told us about that. Years ago, cuz. I used that shit, cuz. Cuz, that shit work, cuz. I ain't lying to you, cuz. I get in that goddamn mirror with a boo-boo-doo. That's how he talk. He said, with a boo-boo-doo. And I tell the mirror that I love you. He said, it work, cuz. I said, well, keep on using it, cuz. If using me feel this good, man, y'all use me up, man. Some people from the outside looking in and say, man, every time he come around to smoke, but he ain't never got nothing to smoke. Man, he using you. So his conversation worth more than anything he could bring to smoke. Fuck you talking about. And if he is using me or anybody for something to smoke, that ain't nothing. See how that works? Do you see how that works? Every time he come over here, he ain't doing nothing coming over here to using you for a drink. He don't never bring no bottle. Well, I buy a bottle to have a drink with somebody. And every time I want to have a drink with somebody and talk, he know, hey, he coming over here to drink and talk with me. So we using each other. And we're being useful to each other. And in most cases, someone that criticized that from the outside ain't being used by nobody. It ain't got nobody to use. Yeah. So somebody's got it down in their hands, but I can feel it all over me. Do you got it? I got it. Do you got it? I got it. Yeah. Want to give a shout out to my brother Black. Want to give a shout out to my brother Wood. Want to give a shout out to my brother Crump. Want to give a shout out to my brother Munt. Want to give a shout out to my sister Elle. Want to give a shout out to my big brother Winston. Want to give a shout out to my brother Blow. Want to give a shout out to my cousin Deshaun. Want to give a shout out to my brother Bam. I'll see y'all next week, man. Hey, they say, keep holding on. Keep holding on. Don't you dare let go. You hold on, hold on. Peace out.